So let's begin our today's class. So before starting the class, all the students mentioned your name in the chat box. I'll take attendance from the chat box. Okay, so the first question is question number 1 segment. State whether true or false. So there are some sentences, 6 sentences given. Out of them 4 sentences are from given from your syllabus. So I'll give you the answers. So the first one, 1A, Harishana composed a prasasti in praise of Gautami Putra Sri Shatakarni. And the answer is false, because you know Harishana was the court poet of Samudragupta, the Gupta emperor, and so he composed Allahabad or Prayagraj Prasasti in praising Samudragupta, not Gautami Putra Satkarni. So it is a false statement. Number B, the rulers of Aryabharta brought tribute for Samudragupta. It is also a true statement, because you can see in the map in this chapter present in page number 113 of old NCERT book, that the areas marked with green, these are the areas directly under the rule of Samudragupta. So this is a true statement. Number C, so just a minute students, so you can see the map number, the green map number 7, the green portion known as Aryabharta, and as per the book, in Aryabharta it is the kingdom that is a part of Samudragupta's empire. So it is also false, because Samudragupta directly ruled that region. So it is also false, because the green area, this area region known as Aryabharta, so the rulers of Aryabharta already they surrendered in front of Samudragupta, and Samudragupta directly ruled that region. So it is also false. But the region marked in your book or in the map number 7 with the pink color, I think. Yes, the pink color state those who brought tribute for the king. Okay, so it is a false statement also. The number C, that there was 12 rulers in Dakshinapatha. There were 12 rulers in the Dakshinapatha. Okay, and it is also a true statement. There are 12 rulers in the Dakshinapatha. Number D, it is Takshila and Madurai were important centers under the control of the Gupta rulers. Takshila and Madurai were important centers under the control of Guptas. It is not correct, because you know that these cities actually under the control of Pandyas, and Takshila was under the rule of Kushanas. So these regions are not included in the Gupta dynasty, Gupta empire. So it is also a false statement. So false, false, true, false. This is the answer. Next question. So look at the next segment. It is mention 3 authors who wrote about Harshavardhana. And I have already told you that the E and F are not included in your syllabus, the South Indian kingdoms as well as the assemblies. So that's why I am not giving the answer of these two. Now directly number 2, that mention 3 authors. Mention 3 authors who brought tribute for the mention the 3 authors who wrote about Harshavardhana, and these 3 authors are the Huanzang, the Chinese pilgrim. The Huanzang, a Chinese pilgrim who came in the time of Harshavardhana, wrote about Harshavardhana in his book Siyuki, and he also worked several years in the court of Harshavardhana. So that's why in praise of Harshavardhana, he wrote some words in his book Siyuki. Another one, that is the author and the court poet of Harshavardhana, Banabhatta. So Banabhatta, the court poet of Harshavardhana, who also wrote about Harshavardhana. And another poet was there, another author, but the portion where the author's name mentioned is not included in your syllabus, that is the Ravi Kirti, another author. Is the court poet of Pulakashi II, the Chalukya ruler. And so if question will come that we know about the Harshavardhana in among these authors' writings, then you have to write these 2 names. And Harshavardhana himself also a good writer, and he wrote 2 accounts, Harshavali and Nagananda, not mentioned in your book. So this is the exercise portion of our today's class. Now I'll give you some inside questions. So if you have completed, mention in the chat box. If you have completed, then mention in the chat box. I'll drop this and give you some more inside question. Okay, so next question is, extra question number 1, who were called the Prathama Kulika? Who were called the Prathama Kulika? Okay, Mehtab, tell me if you have any query. If you have any question, you can ask me. Who knows that? Who know the answer? So those have raised their hand, mention in the chat box about the answer. Okay. Who were called the Prathama Kulika? Any idea, students? If you know the answer, mention in the chat box. So Prathama Kulika is a person Okay, Salma is typing. I am waiting for your answer. Nobody? So do you know the answer, or otherwise I'll write it. I'll write it in the board. So the answer is the Prathama Kulika is the chief craftsman. Chief craftsman. Chief craftsman and the head of the kayasthas or scribes. Head of the kayasthas or scribes. So this is the post called Prathama Kulika. So read all the administrative posts present at the time of Guptas or the kingdoms of that time. Okay, all the administrative posts are very important for your examination. So read all the administrative posts such as Mahadanda Nayaka, the chief judicial officer, the Sandhi Vigrahika, a minister of war and peace, Kumaramatya, an important minister, Nagara Srashti or chief banker of the city, chief banker or merchant of the city, Sarthabaha, the leader of the merchant caravans, etc. Okay. Now next question. So if you have completed this question, I am rubbing it for another question. So if you have completed, then I am rubbing it for the another question. It's question number 2. Who were called the Samantas? So answer is the military leaders who provided the king with troops. Troops means military troops whenever they required. Whenever they required. So these people are called as Samantas. Okay. Yes, Mehtab, it is also correct that the Samantas was a name given to a big landlords or warrior chiefs in different regions of the Indian subcontinent, and the existing king of the 7th century, they were expected to bring gifts for their kings or overlords, and in the time of warfare, they also provided the king with their troops whenever they required. Okay, so this is the correct answer. This is also correct. So the next question, if you have completed, the rest of the students, if you have completed this answer, I am rubbing it and for another question. Aruni, okay, no problem. The answer is correct. Because all the questions will come as MCQ manner, MCQ question answers will come. No descriptive question will come. So you have to read those, all the definitions and the small points. Now next question. Pulakeshin II belongs to which dynasty? So do you know the answer? Pulakeshin II belongs to which dynasty? Any idea, students? If you know the answer, mention in the chat box quickly, because not much time left. I am giving you another question. And the answer is Chalukya. Chalukya dynasty. So Pulakeshin II belongs to Chalukya dynasty, a powerful ruler of South India. Okay. So next one, number 4. Who wrote or composed Abhigyana Shakuntalam? Abhigyana Shakuntalam. So tell me the answer quickly. Who wrote Abhigyana Shakuntalam? This is the last question for today. Any other students? I have received one answer. The rest of the students, if you know the answer, you can mention in the chat box. Yes, it is Kalidasa. Very good. Kalidasa, the court poet of Chandragupta II or Vikramaditya, composed the play. It is a play, okay? It is not a novel or any poetry or any epic. So it is a play, Abhigyana Shakuntalam, describing the story of King Abhigyana, King Dushmantha and his wife Shakuntala. So thank you everyone for joining today's class. See you in the next class with the question and answers of chapter number 12 of old NCERT book and chapter number 11 from new NCERT book. That is the name of the chapter, Buildings, Paintings and Books. Thank you everyone. Bye.